Today, we're going to talk about how Chat GPT will fundamentally change business. So let me give everyone an overview if you haven't tried it already. So Chat GPT was created by OpenAI. So OpenAI is developing a lot of AI tools. They're known as a nonprofit, but I feel like they're probably not a nonprofit, but it's ran by a guy that used to run Y
Wait,
Combinator,
is
which
it a nine? It's a nonprofit?
yeah, it's labeled as a nonprofit. Sam Alt,
Seriously, I didn't know that because I
check it
know like
out.
Microsoft put in billions of dollars into it.
Google it. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So Sam Altman, who used to run Y Combinator, which is, they were the accelerator that funded, or incubator, however you want to think of them. They funded like Dropbox, Airbnb in the early days. Sam Altman used to be president of Y Combinator. He runs OpenAI. And they created this Chat GPT-3 GPT-3 thing last year, which is where you see a lot of tools like was not Jarvis, Jasper.ai, for example. And I think a lot of these AI writing tools that help you like create captions or blog posts and things like that. That was kind of the first iteration, right? And now you see people creating SaaS, UIs around them. Now, ChatGPT, what it basically is it's like an assistant. So you can ask a question like, what is the meaning of life? Or like, who are the best marketers in the world? I actually asked it this question yesterday. I said, what are the best marketing podcasts? And funny enough, it listed Marketing School as the number one of the first podcasts to check out for best marketing podcasts. So when AI recognizes game, you can trust it. So
That's right.
yeah.
So I looked up if it's a nonprofit, and there's some areas that say it's a nonprofit, but then there's some pages that say, like on their blog, we've created OpenAI LP, a new capped profit company that allows us to rapidly increase our investments.
Capped profit, yeah, man.
Yeah. So, it probably is a nonprofit. There probably is some for-profit component. We're not 100% sure on how it works. Either way, they're doing some really cool stuff. When I'm hearing from really random strangers, like just random people who have nothing to do with tech, just consumers, everyday people that are like, oh yeah, I use this. I use some of their stuff they're talking about OpenAI just in general, to tell him to write a letter to my dad in, I don't know, German, and tell him how thankful I am to my father. And then it writes a whole essay. It's kind of cool, right? It's really changing how people are communicating. It's making life a lot easy. I think it's going to be amazing for marketers. But I think it's not there yet. 5-10 years from now, for sure it'll be there, and it can probably improve how most humans write. Maybe the creativity portion will get better. Time will tell on that. Actually, it just probably won't even take 5-10 years. Probably within 2-3 years, you'll see a lot of big strides in it, which will make content a lot better. What I'm curious to see is what Google does with AI, because they have so much data. I bet you their version of AI is probably going to blow out almost everyone else. I could be wrong on this.
Oh, better not be getting sick. So here's the thing. There's a lot of examples online and on the implications of this, and people are saying Google's going to die or whatever. Basically, when you search for, let's say, a line of code, right? Let's say, or you search for like an expression or something like that, Google will usually return you like a feature snippet and list like, 4 or 5 different bullets, and then they'll kind of tell you to go visit the page or whatever. Chat GPT actually provides the complete answer. So when it comes to coding related answers, they'll provide you the complete answer. So when you think about Google's job being able to organize the world's information or provide the best answer, ChatGPT in some cases is doing a better job. And so there's a chance that Google, quote unquote, gets disrupted. But to Neil's point, Google has put so much money into this stuff. And I think they might have put money into OpenAI as well. Here's the thing. People are thinking, oh, like I can use these tools to, write content for me and write endless content. Here's the thing. These Google or Microsoft or whatever, they actually have the tools to detect whether a piece of content is fake or not. So you have to that's for a whole nother podcast idea. But I'm just saying, for you guys right now that are thinking about, oh, I'm just going to use this to rewrite a bunch of content and it's going to be fine, I'm going to get a lot of traffic. Not exactly the case. But the other thing I want to call out too is, in terms of use cases, I just feel like it's a lot easier to use a chat assistant to write captions, right? So I'm like, okay, give me the top marketing trends. I literally did this, a week ago, and I said, give me the top marketing trends. Okay, write me 5 headlines for the first trend. Okay, it might be on like AI or something like that, and then it'll give me, a bunch of topic ideas, right? And it'll write really good headlines as well. So I think you can use it to conquer writer's block. You can use it to ask a bunch of questions, or if you're stuck on anything, it'll help you there. Or if you want to use it to expand on an answer, it's certainly helpful. To Neil's point too, Sam Altman also said that, we're not quite there yet, right? It's probably a 2 to 3 year journey. And a lot of the answers that it'll give you, it seems like it's right because they write it so confidently. The AI will write it so confidently when it's actually in fact wrong. So you're going to have to fact check your answers too. The final thing I'll say too is there's an engineer that works at Microsoft. He says in the next 2 to 3 years, he believes that something like this can overtake Google. So Google just needs to make sure that they don't get overtaken. That's all.
If you haven't checked out OpenAI and all the stuff they have, including ChatGPT, make sure you check it out.
All right, that's it for today. And please don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and we'll catch you later.